See what the sign says, what this place is.
He's not at his shop right now, but once he gets back, I'll let him know you guys are here and come out and show you guys around.
Thank you. The glass reflects to it. It's hard to get them through the glass. Like on a pedestal. Belt driven. Oh my God. I don't know where to start. This thing is super cool. I think it runs on propane. That's got to kick out some heat. That's a heater. Yeah, this is just insane. This is just nuts. So you can do your work with all your belt-driven gadgetry in comfort. These things are just super cool, or Emerson. I think the left is Emerson and the right is GE. That was back in the day. This is what houses had for plugs. You'd screw that into a wall socket. Wow. I've only gone about 2 feet. It's just insane. This is a must-visit place. We're in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'll leave a link in the, or a address in the description of where this place is. I had one identical to this. Sold it. Wow. I have a little bigger version of this one right here. Not quite that big. That's it right there. Exactly that. And still use it. It's a 1940-41. My great-grandparents originally owned it. Missing the stuff up there. I am. 2 lights. Another wall switch thing. Pedestals are kind of neat. I have one that's a Bosch, though, I think. I'll have to look when I get home. These newer style. Never seen anything like this. That is super neat, a dental fan, a cardboard one. Light heater. Wow. And I'm only scratching the surface of this building. A lot of these are the right here. This side over here are Emerson or Westinghouse. The left, these are Emerson. Got a couple of these. I have one of these. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? They're just pieces of art. They're just amazing. This is a place you gotta come and see. I mean, there's no Western Electric. Well, that Westinghouse. Go back that motor. Those are super cool fans. Ilkan. Melbourne, Australia. And there is a fan in there. So that oscillates back and forth to move the air around. So I must just hit those tabs and change the direction. Oh, look at these things, how neat. I'd like to have one of these. Long time ago I had a Delco fan. That's what the pedestal I have, I think, is a cold spot. Eskimo fan just like this. Kenmore. Yeah, I'd take any one of these. They're all super cool. A fan battery. They're 6-volt. Little itty bitty things. These blades are super cool on these roto beams. There are fans here I've never even heard of. It's a humidifier. Another air conditioner. I remember seeing one of these in an estate sale. It was overpriced, so I didn't buy it. There's an upstairs too. We haven't, still in the yeah, that thing moves here with those Venturis. I think that was what Vornado was known for, was its Venturis. I think that box is for that fan. Kerosene fans are nuts. You'd think they would generate more heat than they would cool. Alright, that's one floor of nothing but fans. Well, if I missed anything, sorry. There's just thousands and thousands of fans in here. Let's go find the upstairs.
I think they said this would go away though in like 8 months. So I don't know if there's anything you want. I mean, I have every copy of hers, but
I just don't know if they'll have to split it up between those two or I mean,
so I mean, they're giving us.
I mean either way, I mean,
So you sit and rock in the chair, and the pendulum swings and fans you. Old Hasek fans. This is the second floor. Use that pause button here. The guy told me they don't make fans here, they design them here. Big old Kenmore. And we got one of these up north at the cottage, exactly the same. 2-speed, identical. I like these table fans. But that fan doesn't move much air. It's another one with one of those cool aluminum blades. It's on a pedestal. That's like the Hasek fan my grandparents had. Look at the size, this thing's huge. my God, this is like a ginormous version of the one I restored for Tom. Yeah, that thing's huge. Don't see the motor in that one. Yes, that is a fan, not just a light. Another big Vornado. And this is a Lakewood with a thermostat, metal blade. And I think these fans oscillate in the box. Oh, they turn. You can turn them with that knob. They better go down this aisle here first because I've been haven't been down this one. There was one of these in an estate sale I was looking at, but the motor was really loose and rattly, so I did not purchase it. I think it's a GE about that size. I think it's a GE. That's super cool. I have one of these that has a burned out motor. There's Kenmore. Thermostat, 3 speeds. Thing looks like it gyros around in there. Surprisingly, a lot of these fans are for sale. Ceiling fans. That's a neat fan. .220 volt, maybe Australian or foreign country that has 220 as their standard voltage. That's super neat. That looks like an air compressor. Skipping another aisle here. Currently using one of these exact fans in the house every day. Probably 80s and 90s. We'll see the other side of that when we get around to the other side. Sorry about the light reflecting on it. Little space heaters. Yeah, let's go over to the other side here. And that's a good size fan. I had a Kenmore Roll-O-Matic, a little bigger, fancier version of that. Another pine crust. I think this is the one I have because it's more of this. I don't remember. Maybe it is more of this color. I don't know if mine had push buttons or. I think that's more like it right there. So if anyone has a motor for one of these, leave me a comment. It's a reversing motor, 3-speed reversible. I like this fan. One motor faces one, another faces the other way. That's pretty cool too. This is that one I was shown from the back. I need to get on. I got a whole bunch of fans in the attic of the garage. I need to get on restoring them and selling them. Definitely, if you're into fans, this is one of my top ones I like. A lot of neat stuff here, that's for darn sure. Alright, I've been down this aisle. My grandparents had a fan identical to that, too. I don't know what happened to their Hasek or their one like that. The two GEs I have that I use regularly were from my great-grandparents. Look at the size of that motor. The video just doesn't do size justice. That one's super cool. So that way you can make sure you circulate your cigarette smoke throughout your house. That thing is super neat. That might be in my top favorites of fans here. That is just so cool. I mean, it's just huge. Love it. I mean, that thing would really move some air. Of all the fans here, though, I absolutely have to say these are my favorite. They're just super cool. Really like them.
Right. We're ready for them.
This is where they restore them.
Are you the only one that does the repairs, or is there else?
My son works here.
Okay.
There's Dave Lovey's a firefighter here in town. I'm retired firefighter.
All right.
Yeah, I work for the owner, and then he works for clients. So
No, I buy them at estate sales and restore them to like better than new.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of a hobby, but I get overwhelmed.
There's some collectors up around you guys.
What did you say the company was to rewind? Urton?
Urton. E-U-R-T-O-N.
Okay, okay.
They'll rewind motors.
All right, I got that on video now, so I can refer to
There
this
you go.
stuff. Get a motor rewound for my fan.
So yeah, my son works over on that side. I work here. Here's one that we're just. You familiar with the G's first oscillator?
Uh-huh.
The sidewinder?
That's what that is, the base
the base
tube?
to it, yeah, and the neck, and then there's the guts over there, and the rest of the paint's hanging. Just getting ready to buff it out. And what I do is see the brass,
Uh-huh.
it's all aged. And then eventually this I'll get around to doing these. These will all be dark aged brass instead of the nice shiny brass.
When they were new, were they shiny or were, uh-huh? Because I buff them up to like mirror finish
Yeah,
when I get
yeah.
them
This is about an 800-hour restoration on a dumbwaiter. Used to sit in a restaurant over on the east side of Indianapolis. Have you ever heard of Casablanca ceiling fans?
in. Yes.
Well, the owner, founder of Fanimation, was Casablanca's first employee. And in 1979, they decided they were going to try and make dumbwaiters for restaurants. They did 7 of them. And this was the first one. And when Tom flew out here in 1980 and installed it in the restaurant over on the east side. And then was able to buy it back a few years later. Well, in 2015, it was in an auction house down in Atlanta, Georgia. And so he bought it back, and then he sat in here for about 5 years, and then he started fabricating parts. The national meet this year is here in July.
Okay.
July 31st through August 3rd. It's going to be held at the Boone County Fairgrounds. We're trying something a little different. Normally we get a host hotel that's got convention facilities, but this year we're doing it off-site. So the hotels are separate from the event, and then there will be events here at the museum.
How many people come to town for that?
Usually about 120, 130.
Nice.
Yeah, just sit around, drink beer, tell lies. 3 days, 4 days.
I could probably tell a few myself.
And those are Menominee, made in Menominee, Michigan.
That-
So is Signal. too.
That fan is this fan. Okay. And I like that one too. Does this one just blow out the sides
Yeah,
too?
just a radial fan. And those are big time with collectors.
So you get-
Everybody wants a coin operated fan.
Get an hour of fan for a nickel. And there's the keys to the lock to retrieve your funds that you made from your
There's a
fan.
counter inside that counts the nickel.
So, where would they use these? Like in
Hotels.
hotels? Uh-huh. That is super neat.
They're not even those are the one speeds. Those were the last of the coin ops. They were made from 17 until 27. In 15, they came out with the oscillating coin ops based upon the collar oscillator design from GE.
Uh-huh.
And they made that not very long, just because it was probably so labor intensive in making it. And then they just went to a stationary 3-speed. And those were made from 15 to 17 in Vincennes, Indiana. Put a nickel in them. This is the size of the nickels you have to use today because of inflation. So,
That's a new nickel as opposed to an old one?
yeah. So, but this is the holy grail of the coin ops.
Oh yeah. Well, the
Oscillating
inflated
coin.
nickel isn't going to fit in the.
So it's one of 5 known, and it's the only one that's not restored. This is your 3-speed, that's your 1-speed.
And they're all coin operated.
Yeah, they're all the GE coin ops, all run on nickel.
Yep. Oh, that's not going to go.
In 1903, they changed the style 3 different times within the 1 year. So if you collect those, you're going to have 9 fans.
Yeah, I like the styling is super cool on these. They just, I think cars and rockets and fans and everything go hand in hand. And these only blow out sideways. That's so neat. It's like bank teller fans. Yeah, they wouldn't blow the money around. Super neat stuff.
Just an old water motor, but we kind of converted so kids can operate it. But you don't have to have much RPM to feel the breeze.
No, I mean, I can feel it.
$85,000.
$8,500 for the span? 85,000. And those are light bulbs cast in there.
It's like something the Henry Ford Museum did.
Well, it was actually sold out at the Henry Ford Museum
Really?
back in the 70s.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was Thomas Edison's.
Yeah. It actually was in a collection up in Michigan. The guy had 2 of them. They made 2 of those. That's more like the Daily Runner. And then they gave him one that's a lot gaudier. It's got his likeness actually cast into the motor house. And that belongs to a collector in Singapore. I know he bought it off eBay about 98, 97. He paid 39 grand for it then. I heard he just turned down a $250,000 offer for it.
Wow.
So, his name is C.K. To out of Singapore. And but Bill Samick owns that one, but I do know that he paid 75 grand for it. Watch the money change hands, because as soon as he got done buying it, he turned around, handed the fan to me, and said, "Here, take that to the museum." I said, "You bring it to the museum, I'll take it from you when you come to that door."
Yeah, that kind of money.
Stuff can happen between the east side of Indianapolis and here.
Yep. I'm going to wrap up this video here. I'll leave a address where this place is in Indianapolis in the description. And I mean, there's lots of cool fans here. It's well worth a visit. If you're into fans, it's a must-go-to place. And some of them are for sale. But anyway, if you like the video, hit that thumbs up icon. If you like my channel, that 348 engine icon will subscribe you. And thank you for watching my video.